What's up, guys? Back for another Honkai Star Rail video, and I know you probably clicked on the video and you're like, Currency Wars. I just had a run going, and I want to say, holy hell, some of the RNG in this mode is sure something, right? I'm obviously trying out the Goliath funny speed strat that people have been using, right? I had Blood Flame going for a little bit. I'm pretty much just picking stuff that I haven't picked before to get the Jades from it. And dude, I just now I'm 1 out of 8, almost at the boss. I just now got enough energy characters, bro. Like I spawned in with both of them, and I couldn't get Woho or like Sunday or anyone else until just now, which isn't like too bad, I guess, because I'm on the second phase. But like, man, annoying. Anyway, let's jump into the video, which is what characters need Novaflare the most, or pretty much what characters need to be buffed or like to be usable at the moment, right? We haven't had a Novaflare since Jinglu, Kafka, Silverwolf, and Blade, and those buffs actually skyrocketed them into the meta. Kafka's a lot better with Hycelians. Blade is really good now. Jinglu is probably on the lower end of the stick, but she's still usable. And Silverwolf is very, very good, right? So we're going to go over what characters could use it the most. And like, maybe I'll throw in like what they could possibly give them as well. I feel like another good reason to, I guess, include Currency Wars in the beginning of this video is because Currency Wars actually gives these characters a lot of buffs. For example, Yanqing has a super cool, like, follow-up ult thing, I guess. I don't really know exactly what to call it. I guess it's like its ultimate, right? And it does a lot of damage. New animation they could probably put into his kit. Will they? I don't really know if they'll ever update animations or give them full-on new attacks for Novaflare. They didn't for the original 4, but I mean, hey, I'm open to anything. Like, they gave Himiko stacking follow-ups. So her follow-ups, if they, you get more than 3 broken, it actually stacks up and she'll do multiple. Very cool buffs, right? But regardless, let's get into the video. Let me know in the comments below what characters you would like to get buffed. I also only included the 1.0 characters and the standard banner characters. The reason I have standard banner characters here is because ZZZ actually updated them, or are going to update them. So I figured, hey, it's a Hoyo game. Maybe Starro can get that too. And then I don't think any of the 2.0 characters are bad enough to really need buffs at the moment. First things first, we have Yanqing. Yanqing is easily unusable. He just doesn't do enough damage. His whole gimmick is if he gets hit, he loses his follow-up attacks, right? Meaning you pretty much have to have a shielder on the team. The shielders, we have Don, Hang, and Adventuring now. On launch, it was just like March and Japard, and it wasn't too great. Japard had some synergy with him because Yanqing also has dupes where anyone wants to be frozen, but he just doesn't do that. He just doesn't have enough damage, so he's pretty much unusable. Same with Bailu. Now, I actually think Bailu's healing is actually pretty good. The invigoration, like heal as you get hit, is actually absurd. Like actually so good. The only problem with it, she doesn't have a cleanse, so you get frozen, you're done. So plus she also has a revive. I feel like Bailu has a kit where if they buff her correctly, she could actually be very, very good. Right? Maybe change it to, well, if they change it to where the invigoration actually, I haven't actually tested it. I don't think it would work. Like if you get hit and you heal a bunch, it would just like charge up like Blade or something like that. I don't think it works like that. I haven't used Bailu in a minute, but if they buff her kit super specifically, they can actually make her a very, very good healer. So I'm very excited to see what they do with her. Japard, unusable. Takes too long to get ult. His skill only freezes, which some bosses are just not going to care about or be immune to. So it's like whatever. He just doesn't hack it. Welt, the slow is cool and all, but I mean he just doesn't do enough damage and have enough debuffs to really matter. Himiko's in needs help because she has found some resurgence with Break. Obviously Break is on it. It's pretty much on its way out the door, so she's very not usable at the moment. But I can't really put her in unusable with the rest of them because she actually had some resurgence and still has a little bit of use in Pure Fiction. So I'll put her in needs help. There's not a lot they could do to really mess with her kit as long as they just make her to where she overcaps and just give her more damage, honestly. Clara, unusable. Just an old character, doesn't do enough damage. You get it, right? Bronia, actually, I'm going to put her in still okay, right? Now, some of her dupes are very essential to her, right? Especially the first one where you have a chance to actually use a skill point, but her buffs are still pretty solid. Action Advance is still strong. Crit damage, yeah, all that. The cleanse on the action advance as well is very strong. She's gotten some resurgence with like Finon and stuff like that, so she's still okay, right? Zele, is probably and could use it, right? Now I know there's the Zaylee mains that go actually crazy, but if you're a normal player using her, I still think she could use a bit of more, damage potential. Maybe buff her resurgence mode a little bit. It's a lot of these characters just come down to they just need to be more of a DPS, right? At the end of the day, right? Um, that's all it really is to it, right? Like if we go to someone like Jing Yun can also use it, right? He's gotten a lot more buffs than Zaylee has in the form of like Sunday and whatnot, right? But he still doesn't do a ton of damage. He still needs the help, right? Um, Don Hang, ooh, I'll probably could use it. 'Cause same boat. He's gotten Sparkle, right, which helped him out a lot. And if you have E2, he's still very strong. Obviously, I don't want to be like, oh, if you had E6, this character's actually fine, because no duh, right? But I will put in needs help, actually. I will put him in needs help. He's gotten less valuable support than the other two, right? Because Zaylee still has, like, the Crackheads research going crazy, right? Super buffer to hell. Jing Yun's gotten Sunday. Don Hang having only Sparkle does kind of hurt him a little bit, right? Same with Ratio, right? The reason I'm kind of grabbing all the DPS is because they have like the same almost issues, I guess, is they don't do a lot of damage anymore. How good is their partners that they've technically gotten due to other characters, right? Ratio, I mean, he has Cypher, I will say. He's got Robin. I put him in needs help. I'm putting him in needs help because he's strictly single target, which does hurt him quite a bit in an AoE meta at the moment, or a mostly AoE meta at the moment. So that's gonna hurt him. I'm gonna put him in needs help. Just if he was AoE, I'd put him in couldn't use it because he has a lot of good teammates, but just not enough, right? Argenti, we're gonna put him in could use it just because you can still get a good run in Pure Fiction, and due to the existence of the Herda, you could be a Erudition bot with him, and so he still has some value, right? Now let's go down to the supports and healers, right? So first things first, Fujuan's gonna put in. I've seen people claim with Fushuan, but I'm putting it unusable. Enemies hit too hard nowadays. You get hit with one of the bigger attacks, and Fushuan pretty much just immediately dies to it because of how her kit works, right? She needs help. She needs some more damage reduction. She needs like team-wide heals. Like, funny enough, the Currency Wars version where she keeps you at 1 HP and will use one of her things to full heal you almost. If that was a Fushuan we had, I'd be totally fine. She'd be completely fine with where she's at. But we don't, so that is, kind of where she's at, right? Luocha, he's gonna be in needs help. The only reason this guy has any relevancy is because of teams like Casterus. If you just don't have Hyacine, right? Now the team's gonna do infinitely worse, right? But I mean, he's there. At least he's there, right? So he does need help, but you can like very nichely use him, right? Topaz is gonna be in. I'm gonna put her in unusable. I'm sorry. I know people use S1, E1, and can get value out of her, but the fact that Moe's and March exist pretty much completely just negates this character's usage. She really just needs buffs. There's absolutely no reason to go for Topaz unless you already have her at this point, right? So I'm sorry, I'm putting her in unusable. Quoho is on still okay. Her heals can be a bit questionable. The energy is very nice for someone like the Herda or Aglia, right? And you can use her in more generic teams, right? The energy still is useful. The attack buff is still nice. The only issue I have with her is her healing, which I know is her main thing. Like, she is a healer, but I think everything else is fine. It's pretty much just make her healing, maybe up her healing output just a tad, and then make it to where when she ults, she heals you a little bit, right? And I think she might just be solid right then and there. So I'll put her in still okay. And then Ruin Mei, Heike, I'm putting her in nah. The reason for this is she is in a shop that's free, so a lot of people have her E1, right? But regardless, I think her buffs are still fine. She pretty much serves as a kind of a filler, almost like Tribby, right? Tribby's a good filler support character where you just slap her on a team and she works most of the time. Same thing with Ruin Mei. Not to the extent as Tribby anymore, obviously, because Ruin Mei's a bit older, but I don't think she needs buffs. I think she'll probably be one of the last 1.0 characters to actually receive a buff. Hell, they might knock out a few 2.0 characters, like maybe like Boot Hill, Jade, Yunli, before we actually get to Ruin Mei. One, because she's in the shop. I don't know if they're going to buff the characters in the shop anytime soon, right? Because it's Luocha, Topaz, and Rowan May. None of them have gotten buffs. Blades, at least in the 50-50 loss thing, but we'll see. I think she's still very, very good. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. What characters would you like to get buffed next? What characters do you think are going to get buffed in the future? All that good stuff. And what would you want them to buff, right? I feel like Currency Wars, like, it's almost like a weird question to ask because I feel like Currency Wars just shows you what they should get. Will they get it? I don't know, but I feel like they do a good job in Currency Wars of showing you what a character could get to make them viable. But anyway, let me know in the comments, and of course, I will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.